one of the most exciting events in the ecosystem, and that is because you get to meet pretty much everyone, at least all the important people, and really get to know all of the Australian and New Zealand community over the next hour. So my name is Cheryl. I am one of the co-directors at Founder Institute, and we run the largest pre-seed accelerator in the world. There are chapters all over the world. There's like 200 plus of them. We run the Australia and New Zealand one. You can also follow us and tweet and tag. Our hashtags and @ things are tagged on the bottom there. We love to hear from you, so please do. Okay, so we have a number of awesome ecosystem leaders who are pitching here tonight. We've kind of flipped it around, and instead of founders pitching to our ecosystem amazing leaders, we have asked them to pitch to you. So what this means is that they are each going to get 90 seconds, and our leaders who are here today, I do have a timer. These are people who are leading things like accelerators and incubators, and some of our biggest conferences. We have our 3 groups here, actually. So we've got like festivals and meetups and events. We've got co-working spaces. We've also got universities. And then we have our incubators and accelerator group. And then the last one is our investors. So we have a number of investors who will talk to you about each of their different regions. So really, you're going to get like a whole lot of information all in one session. Cool. So why are we doing this? The primary reason is that we really believe that founders don't have to do this alone. There are so many resources out there and so many people like myself and the amazing people who are here tonight who are here to help you. And most of us are super passionate about doing this. And we just want to make sure that we see founders like you succeed. So don't think that you have to go it alone. And our vision is that we can create a regional ecosystem across Australia and New Zealand that is connected and able to support founders. And we want to challenge 1,000 founders to build enduring companies and solve the world's biggest problems. And importantly, we do have a United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 SDGs, partnership and focus so that we can support founders who are operating in these areas. And you might think that you're not, but actually these areas cover a lot. So anything around like building education, building access, there are so many, and even things like anything around biodiversity and the environment. So these are areas where we want to focus and support and solve some of the world's biggest challenges. So if you're operating in any of these spaces, definitely join us. It's not exclusive. We support all founders in all areas, but we just want to make sure that founders know that we have a focus area in these. Who are our co-directors? I mentioned that I'm one of the co-directors. We also have 4 other amazing co-directors. We have Benjamin Chong, who is an investor at Right Click Capital. We have Phoebe Zhang, who is an awesome startup mentor and part of the NASDAQ Entrepreneur Program. Chris Clark, who is the founder of a startup called Beer Love and an awesome mentor as well. And Paul, who is a product gun and also amazing mentor. And me. I'll tell you more about me later. I'm in like the list of pitching, so I'll skip me for now. And even funner, we have venture partners in each of the major cities across Australia and New Zealand. So this is each of them, and they are each based in one of the cities. So if you're tuning in from Melbourne or Auckland or Brisbane, we have a venture partner there to support you. So we can bring everyone together in each of the cities. That's why we are Australia-wide, which is fun. All right, so we are going to get started.
Hi, everybody. As mentioned by Cheryl, Chris Clark, one of the co-directors at Founder Institute. You've heard a bit about the program from Cheryl. Going a bit deeper, we're the world's largest early stage accelerator program. So targeted, really focused at founders that just have an idea or early in their traction cycle. It's a 16-week program, and it will take you through all the key things and practical things that you need to know, like setting up your legal structures, attracting investors, getting product market fit, attracting team. You hear directly from mentors that have actually done it themselves, and hear their masterclasses and their war stories as well. In addition to that, there's weekly assignments which are designed for you to work on to move your startup forward. So whilst it's a lot of work, it's really practical and really the best way of shortcutting effectively years of your life in learning that you'd otherwise need to have. In addition to that, we've got 200 mentors roughly across Australia and New Zealand, 20,000 globally. So it's just this massive network that you get access to as well. And we have our applications open right now. You can join at fi.co/join, and the semester starts March 1. Back to you, Cheryl. I think that's 90 seconds. I was timing.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for jumping in. So, and also Paz for sending the list to me directly. So first up, we have George Hedden, who is going to be followed by Paula Taylor.
Hi, everybody. My name is George Hedden, and I'm a CEO and founder of Pause Fest and Pause Awards. Pause Fest has been going on for 11 years. And since last year, that's no longer running, but this year, again, for the 5th time, they're running a Pause Awards, and that is for, well, early stage, but mostly for sort of mid-size startups, all the way to sort of corporates, mostly in tech. It's been very successful this year. We had a great chance to even host in-person event, and I had about 63 winners. What's also really interesting about the Pause Awards is that I can probably claim this because I didn't see it anywhere else. We are the only awards in the world that offers NFTs trophies as well. So you can get an NFT trophy and physical trophy. Each year trophies change. So last year there was a concrete trophy, and this year there'll be something new, and it launches on 8th of June. That's all for me.
Excellent. Thank you, George. And next up, we actually have Maxine.
Thanks, Cheryl, and good to hear from you, George. I'm Maxine Sharon. I'm Festival Director of an event called Spark Festival, which is a massive 2-week collection of events, that many of them in person, but many online. But all of them are focused on supporting entrepreneurs at every stage of the startup journey. So we started out in New South Wales, actually in Sydney to be specific, but since then we've spread to be all over Australia, especially courtesy of the COVID pandemic. So lots of events in October. Were online last year, and many more this year as well. So we actually support founders not just in Australia, but also in New Zealand and wherever they may be in the world. But we also have other activities throughout the year. In particular, we've got something coming up in about 5 weeks' time that if you're lucky enough to be in Sydney, it'd be great if you could come along to it. It's called Spark Purpose, and it will be happening at the Sydney Startup Hub on March 5. It's an in-person event for anyone who's starting out with any sort of impact focused startups. So it'd be great to have you there. There'll be workshops throughout the day, fireside chats, speed mentoring, and just an opportunity to connect with the kind of people that you're actually seeing here on this call. I'm really sorry if you're not in Sydney, but we're hoping to have more events like that around Australia as time goes by as well. We also run a listing of events that are happening all around Australia every week called Weekly Sparks. So make sure you sign up for that. And you'll also find out about all this kind of thing if you follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter. I will put all of this in the chat immediately. And thank you so much, and good luck on your entrepreneurial journey.
Thank you, Maxine. It is one of the most up-to-date lists that there is, so I always refer. Next up, we have Nicole from Fishburners. Nicole, you are on mute.
There we go. Hi there, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, good. Thank you. So yes, CEO of Fishburners. We are a social enterprise that is dedicated to empowering founders to achieve their dreams wherever they are. We do that through our Sydney hub here in Sydney in the CBD, our digital platform, the Founders Hub, and our landing pad in China. We're also very focused on deepening our impact through promoting and supporting Australia's most ambitious and successful startups that are striving to make the world a better place. So it's great to see, obviously, the Founders Institute focus on those sustainable development goals as well. And we're doing that through a couple of new initiatives that we've just recently launched. One is the Tech for Good scholarships program, which we're doing in partnership with the City of Sydney. And the other is our Tech for Good Awards, which will acknowledge and recognise and reward startups working across climate action, environmental sustainability, accessibility, better health and wellbeing. And so, yeah, that's sort of a pretty much a roundup of everything that we do. And, you know, we are very open, diverse, inclusive community and welcome everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. And next up, we have Pascal from Startup Weekend New Zealand.
Hello, I'm Pascal. Thank you for having me tonight, dialing in from Tauranga in the Bay of Plenty here. Startup Weekend, they are everywhere. They are everywhere in New Zealand, and I know there's quite a few Startup Weekends in many different locations in Australia as well. So what is Startup Weekend? It's a 54-hour event that is organized by community leaders, in any type of community, looking at igniting and supporting the entrepreneurial spirit in their community. So if you're not a founder yet and would like to experience being a founder in 54 hours, this is a place for you to go to, okay? So if you're considering putting an idea, perhaps at some stage for an incubator or an accelerator, or perhaps take part in a, in some sort of master classes, having some Startup Weekend experience under the belt will help you get forward with all of what to expect. During a Startup Weekend, you come in with an idea, you walk out with a pitch, with a team, with some tools that help you build a startup, and as well as many people that you didn't know on the Friday afternoon. So I've been a facilitator here in New Zealand since 2004. Look out for a Startup Weekend. It's a place where you can meet others, test your ideas, and also get used to listening to a lot of mentors and people who can help you, and then you really test your founder mettle. So look out for one. It's usually really cheap, but remember it's 54 hours. Kia ora.
Thank you, Pascal. Next up, we have Scott from Morning Startup Perth.
Hey guys, how you going? Happy afternoon from over here in Perth. So my name is Scott. I'm one of the co-founders and one of the organizers at Morning Startup, which is actually the largest and most regular meetup group here in Perth, designed for tech startups generally. So we've been meeting every 2 weeks, rain, hail or shine, for the past 10 years, which is pretty crazy. As the name suggests, Morning Startup is in the morning. It's at 7:30 a.m. at Riff, which is a co-working space in the city. And we host a speaker that talks about a startup related topic. So to give you an idea, tomorrow's event is how a Perth startup used objectives and key results, or OKRs, to grow from 0 to millions in revenue in just under 5 years. The next event in 2 weeks, we have someone building an app in less than 30 minutes using no-code tools. And then we'll have a talk on how startups should think about their organization structure and prepare for growth. So a whole ton of different kind of topic ideas get shot at you from week to week. We also hold startup pitch events every 3 months or so. And we also have a casual drinks event called Founder Sundowner, which is the first Wednesday of every month for those that aren't morning people. So yeah, if you're in Perth, please come along. If you're not in Perth, let's say, for example, our Premier won't let you in because you're deemed to be unclean, then the next best thing is heading to our YouTube channel, where we post as many of the talks as we can. Unfortunately, not all talks make it up there because some founders like to be a bit more candid and talk about tragic past events and things. But myself and my co-organizer, Dave Newman, we're both startup founders ourselves, and we love introducing new founders to help navigate the startup ecosystem in Perth. So if you want to get in touch or you want to intro to the startup ecosystem here in Perth, feel free to contact us. The best email address is contact@morningstartup.com, or just Google Morning Startup and follow your nose. That's me. Thanks, guys.
Excellent. Thanks, Scott. I'll definitely be one of those on your YouTube channel because not coming in. Well,
that's right.
Next up, we have David from Silicon Beach, Australia.
Hello, and thank you for having me. Yeah, Silicon Beach, Australia. Probably Australia's first startup community ever, founded in 2008 in Sydney by our first tech founders, including famous names like Mike Cannon-Brookes. Silicon Beach today was deemed a couple of years ago as the most active startup community on Meetup, and we're just transitioning from our large Meetup community into our own platform, where we're going to create the one-stop shop for all your startup and small business needs, connecting founders, early stage founders with service providers within the ecosystem. But we also will keep running our own events, like our flagship, our monthly pitch night, where we not just invite the advanced founders to get on stage, but basically anyone with an idea is allowed to go onto stage with us and spread the word for the first time and see what happens, what traction they get out from the audience. So yeah, we were all inclusive. We are all over Australia nowadays, thanks to COVID. Yes, I said it, thanks to COVID. We are everywhere, and we're looking forward to growing Silicon Beach into Australia's largest community for early stage founders and funnel them into the right programs that help them make their dreams come true. If you want to join us soon, the next event is just this Thursday, 5:30, our next virtual pitch night. I will share the links. I'm done.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, David. And next up, we have Catherine from UTS Startups.
Thanks, Cheryl. And hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Firstly, my name's Kat O'Donoghue, and I'm the Community Manager at UTS Startups. And UTS Startups is a co-working space and startup community run out of the University of Technology, Sydney. Really quickly about us, we are industry agnostic and we support startups across a range of stages and don't take any equity from you. We're primarily Sydney based, however, we do have a number of members who are international or based in other states. All of our experiences are really designed for more in-person or from people who are based in Sydney though, but there are still a lot of benefits you can pull from jumping in remotely if you aren't in Sydney anymore. What we offer you, access to co-working spaces across 2 buildings in the heart of Ultimo and the new Tech Central precinct, access to mentors across a range of different industries that you can sit down with on a monthly basis to chat about what you're working on, what's going really well, and what you might need a bit of help and support with, as well as a wider supported network that we can help connect you out to. Most importantly, though, you get to work alongside an awesome community of 400 plus other startups who are all working on things that are really similar to you or really different to you, but all of them, all of who can offer you a lot of advice and feedback and really help you with what you're working on. We also run a bunch of events throughout the year. They're designed to support your startup development primarily, but also to showcase what you're working on to the wider startup ecosystem, including our UTS Startups Awards that we run every September. A little bit about you. Your startup does have to have a current UTS student or a UTS alumni on your founding team. The rest of your team doesn't matter, but you do need that one UTS student or alumni to meet our main eligibility requirement. We do accept startups from all stages, as I said earlier. So whether you just have that initial idea that you really want to explore and work on, or whether you have a product in market and you're looking to scale this, UTS Startups is perfect for you. One additional requirement we have is that all of our alumni startups joining the community give back and are willing to give back to support the rest of the community. There are so many ways that you can do that, but the real focus is on all of our members really actively taking time to support each other in their growth and development.
Okay, thank you, Kat.
Oh, sorry.
We're just a little over there.
No worries.
So we'll wrap you up. And next up, we have Annie from Stone and Chalk, and she is also our venture partner in Melbourne.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Annie, General Manager of Stone and Chalk in Melbourne. I've been part of the Stone and Chalk team from day one, back in Sydney in 2015. We were born as a fintech innovation hub. However, we've expanded beyond that. We are now Australia's home for emerging technology, which includes sectors like cybersecurity, AI, IoT, prop tech, space tech, and beyond. We're a not-for-profit organization on a mission to transform Australia into a sustainable tech-driven economy. Last year, we merged with AusCyber, an industry growth center set up to foster and accelerate cyber capability and innovation across Australia. The combined Stone and Chalk Group's footprint now spans 11 locations across Australia and supports more than 600 startups and scale-ups. We have 3 major hubs in Sydney, Melbourne, and Adelaide, with an additional scale-up hub opening later this year as part of the new Tech Central in Sydney. So how do we help founders? Well, we provide founders and their teams with access to collaborative workspace and infrastructure, acceleration support, capital and other funding, customer opportunities, as well as guidance and expertise. So for example, we have a flagship mentor match program that connects founders with high caliber mentors on a needs basis. We also have an investor match program that helps startups become investor ready ahead of facilitating targeted introductions. The experience that we provide our startup members with is really what we pride ourselves on the most. We do everything we can to add value, forge meaningful connections, and create a vibrant community, both physically and virtually, to help our startups thrive. So if you have a product that's in market or near launch stage and would like an environment and a network that can help you commercialize and scale, then look us up. Details about our rolling application process is on our website, stoningchalk.com.au. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Annie. And next up, we have Craig from Upstairs Startup Hub in Bathurst.
Thanks, Cheryl. So hi, I'm Craig Murphy, General Manager of Upstairs Startup Hub in Bathurst. So we are based in the beautiful central western New South Wales, just over 3 hours from Sydney. We're primarily here to help regional startups with a shared office space to help them grow their business. We opened in 2018. Upstairs was the first regional startup hub in the Central West, and we've now helped over 50 entrepreneurs via various programs and initiatives since opening. We have a full-time, part-time memberships. We have hot desks for day trippers, meeting rooms, plus an event space, all in the heart of the Bathurst Township. We have an active community of entrepreneurs, mentors, business support programs, and currently working on a global network to help those startups who might want to scale internationally. Upstairs this year, we're providing a landing pad to help Sydney-based businesses, corporates, and startups alike who are looking to do more business with rural customers, or have also been looking to re-establish their business regionally. It is a great place to live. The landing pad will be able to help businesses find their market, make connections, and thrive in a country setting. Our focus this year is to work with incubators and accelerators who might be looking to have a regional focus. This is for folks potentially on this call. So if you're running one of those and you want to generally work, you want to come and work in a regional space, then please reach out. As well as we're already looking to connect with other established regional programs. There is actually a lot going on in the regions, and city-based folks might not be aware of those. So we're trying to be a bit of a conduit for that. And we're also looking, there's other startups hubs that are based out here in regional New South Wales that we are looking to connect and reinforce our relationships with this year. So please check us out at upstairs.org or reach out via email. Happy to chat with any of you, and hopefully we'll see you sometime soon in Bathurst. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Craig. And next up, we have Adam from the Van Diemen Project.
Hello, and look, I want to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land I'm on and that you are gathered on as well, and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. I am calling you from Launceston. I am Adam. I'm the CEO and the Chief Entrepreneur at the Van Diemen Project. Basically, what we do is we're focused on making opportunities matter for every single Tasmanian. We are based in the north of the state, but Tasmania is not that big, and we love getting around our beautiful state to help people wherever they are. And we're industry agnostic in the way that we help. We just want to see cool ideas launch and grow in our state. So basically, anyone who's thinking of starting, got some crazy idea, or can't find work and just going, wait, I want to try something, we're here to help with free mentoring, free advice, events, workshops, and really want to help people create their own job rather than having to take one along the way. We're also really focused on helping scaling small businesses, especially around embracing digital technology and how they can actually build that into their practices across all different industries. We're always running events. We run a co-working space in the heart of Launceston. We're running online training programs for social enterprises. And I'm personally working with thousands of kids in schools as well as our disability sector. So we don't want to leave anyone behind. Basically, if you want to be part of anything awesome happening in Tasmania, we're here to help you and want to get you going. And if you're dreaming of moving here, because I know you all are, it's okay. We're here to help and connect, and you can find out more about what we do at vdp.com.au and check out some of the upcoming events that you can join online as well if you want to find out about the cool things coming out of Launceston.
I definitely know I'm dreaming about moving there. So next up, we have Paz from Startup Vic.
That was great, Adam. And hello, beautiful people. My name is Paz, and I'm the community manager at Startup Victoria. We are Australia's largest startup community with over 60,000 people in our network. Today, I'm tuning in from the land of the Wathaurong people, where I live in Torquay in regional Victoria. And I'm really excited to share a bit more about what we do and why we exist. At Startup Victoria, we believe that building a startup can be pretty hard, but it can change your life and the lives of others. But Startup Victoria is here to help guide you and founders along the way. From the moment you've had that crazy idea in the shower to the moment that your startup actually cracks $1 million in revenue, we provide founder support along every step. We've supported startups such as Who Gives a Crap, Upbank, Linktree, Tixel, and plenty of others. And we offer an online membership that you can join anytime to gain access to coaching, accountability, welcome call with me, a personalized goal setting session, and all the things. But most of all, you'll actually just join a very supportive founder community. So our in-person sessions are in Melbourne, but you can join from anywhere online. What we are not, we're not an accelerator, we're not an investor or a VC, a government or a university. We're an independent not-for-profit that really acts as that kind of first gateway to the startup ecosystem. Really at the heart of everything we do, our community is founded on the notion of founders helping founders. So if you'd like to join us, I'll pop the link in the chat, or you can just reach out to me directly. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Paz. And last but certainly not least, and apologies for moving you around, but I wanted to save you for the last of this section, Paula from West Fest.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for organising this today and bringing such great people together. I'm Paula Taylor, the co-founder of West Tech Fest. This year, we're going into year 11 of the festival, and it traditionally runs the first week in December, and this year will be the same. It will run the week of the 5th of December. We'll have over 20 events as per the last 2 years. One thing we've found over the last 2 years is we've had great attendance locally. We've been in person, over 3,000 people, but we have really missed welcoming to WA our East Coast and international counterparts. So we give you a warm invitation. Please join us in Perth, in person, summer, some great events around a variety of themes from robotics, AI, social impact, ag tech. Also a showcase for startups. It'll be quite a large showcase for startups, bringing investors and one-on-ones. So I'm sure Scott from Morning Startups will echo my words in please join us in WA. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Paula. And that brings the conclusion of the communities section of our ecosystem pitch tonight. We are going to now move on to accelerator programs. So Pete from Remarkable Tech, I'd love to start with you.
Thank you, Cheryl. It's good to see you and good to be with friends as well. My name's Pete. I'm the founder of Remarkable. We are passionate, super passionate about the 15% of the global population who do have a disability. And around the world, there continues to be barriers to full participation. And we're trying to break down some of those barriers through the use of technology. So we back ambitious founders who are have scalable tech, who want to build human potential and positively benefit the lives of people with disability. We have had so far 40 startups come through our accelerator. We provide $75,000 of investment capital. We give one-on-one coaching. We have masterclasses, runs for 16 weeks, and we take founders from all over Australia and overseas as well. If you want to find out more information, go to remarkable.org.au, and I'm giving you some time back. That's how generous I am.
You're the best, Pete. It's good to see you as well. And next up, we have Colin from Sunramp.
Hi there. Thank you very much, Cheryl. And hello, everybody. So yeah, I'm Colin Graham. I'm from the Sunramp Health Tech Accelerator here in the Sunshine Coast. So we're particularly targeting a little bit later stage health tech companies, although we're all very, very keen to build links with entrepreneurs at all stages and also accelerators and other programs who may wish to come on our program a little later. So we've run 2 programs so far. We're based in Queensland, and our first 2 cohorts targeted Queensland. Our next is going Australia-wide, possibly New Zealand, and targeting health tech. But just to show you where we are, I brought a globe with me. I hope you can all see it. So this is Australia. You might have spotted it. I noticed Pete had a globe earlier, but wasn't a bit afraid to use it. So we're in Sunshine Coast, just above the Opera House. A little bit. It's not exactly the scale, but we're here. Good spot in terms of health tech. you know, we've got like a $5 billion health precinct happening, a $2 billion hospital opened about 5 years ago as part of a bigger precinct, and that's all cool. But you look at the whole of Australia, in terms of health tech, that's 1%. So 1% of the global market is here in Australia. You can tell I've got a sort of slightly funny accent, and that's a few reasons for that. But if we switch around to the United States, which we've particularly got links with, it's worth about 36% of the global market. So hence our Sunramp program is about saying, hey, what about the world? What can we do, particularly the US? So we're really targeting right now Aussie startups in health tech. It's a fairly wide space, as I'm sure many of you know. And typically it's 2-3 years in, but of course that can be based on more progress and development and stage of development of where people are at. Most of the companies we work with, they are 2-3 years in, they've got 4 or 5 staff, they've got their first customers, but also many of them have got a bit of a log jam happening and trying to figure out how do we grow next, including how do we tackle international markets. So what we offer is a 3-month program, very focused coaching, which is very, very important. We've got a great mentor panel, good professional service firms, including AWS, but also we've got very good links into US, particularly Boulder and Denver, and I saw Chris on the panel earlier. So we've got good links into those markets, and our focus is very much on helping those businesses move forward, do deals, get things happening, rather than demo days. We do a little bit of that, but we're much more keen on making things happen and doing deals.
Awesome.
So
Thank you, Colin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. You guys you're really lots of humor going on tonight. I love it. So thank you. Next up, we have Sarah from SBE Australia.
Awesome. Thanks, Cheryl. Thank you so much for Founder Institute for putting this together. It's a really great way to kick off the year and hear what everyone is up to across the ecosystem. So I am from SBE, and we have been in Australia for over 10 years now. And our purpose is to accelerate and support the success of ambitious women founders in recognition of the particular challenges and barriers that women founders have historically faced, particularly when it comes to raising capital. So at SBE, we like to say that we support founders from idea all the way through to IPO.
I'm still on the call.
Yes, what are you telling me? Oh, if you're, maybe just put yourself on mute.
You're not talking to me, Cheryl, are you?
No, not you. Keep going, Sarah.
Okay, no worries. So we run a range of programs. We have a very early stage program called Explore, a mid-stage program focused on helping founders raise a seed round or pre-seed round called Evolve. And then we have our global program, which takes Australian companies to the world. We've had some really big successes at SBE. Some names you might recognize are Melanie Perkins of Canva, was one of our early companies, as well as Christy Chong of Modibody and Tessa Court of Intelligence Bank. So I will put a link in the chat with more information about all of our programs. I also just wanted to say that we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. We're going to have a big gala event in Sydney on 1st of September. And as part of that, we've commissioned a 10-year impact report, which is being led by a research team at the University of South Australia to look at our impact in 10 years in market in Australia, and also what needs to happen going forward to continue accelerating the success of women founders in Australia. So thanks so much.
Congratulations on the 10 years. And next up, we have Mon from WeWork Labs. Hello.
Hi, everyone. So I lead WeWork Labs in Australia and Southeast Asia. And WeWork Labs is the entrepreneurial division of WeWork. So we service all of our WeWork members who are high growth startups. And we have 700 locations across 38 countries. So you can imagine we have a big global presence and a very big focus on accelerating our members so that they are growing their business to be globally. So we don't take equity. We're not like a defined period of time. We're a service offering and a digital platform that is available to our members while they're with us, whether you're, hustling for your first small raise to, being a giant tech company. We're here for you. Some of the things that we do is we do business related educational programming, like we have a Ready to Raise program that does focus on fundraising, but then we also do more skilled-based long-form programming, which is really great for learning and development opportunities of employees of tech startups. We also have our global mentor ecosystem, so you can connect in with an industry or skill expert from all around the world, depending on what your needs are. And we have a very enticing perks catalog filled with products and services that we know our startups love to use. And so at the moment, if you are considering your return to the office strategy, we do have an initiative called Growth Campus, which kicked off last year. It really was WeWork's way of trying to help startups combat the pandemic. And it means that eligible startups can get up to 50% off their own private office space. So you can really start to build your culture again and bring everyone together. And of course, access to WeWork Labs. So I'll add all that in the notes. And if anyone has any questions, please reach out. And thanks again for you guys putting this together. I loved doing it last year during Spark Festival. It's a lot of fun.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabrielle King. I'm the General Manager of Inspiring Rare Birds. Inspiring Rare Birds is an organisation which has its objective of supporting female founders and gender diversity in business. We do that through 3 pillars. So we have a mentoring program which is backed by a large pool of volunteer mentors. So we have over 400 volunteer mentors in our community who volunteer their time to work with female founders because they're also motivated to see greater gender diversity in business. The mentoring program itself is a 12 months one-on-one mentoring partnership, which is guided by a specific account manager through the 12 months. When you join the mentoring program, you also join the larger Rare Birds community. So we have a really large community all across Australia. We are located in Sydney, but we generally will often hold events across all the eastern states. And we really use those events for networking so other female founders can meet other like-minded women going along the same journey and support each other on that journey. We have an upcoming event in Brisbane on the 15th of February. So if you're in Brisbane, please come along. We also have our big event for the year, International Women's Day, on the 8th of March in Sydney, which both of those are in person, which we're really excited about. Hopefully they can go ahead, fingers crossed. And in addition to mentoring and community, we also regularly run workshops as well. So we have education series which are aimed at supporting female founders at the early stages of their business, and also female founders looking to raise capital, which roll out through the year. So if you are a female founder looking to join a community of other like-minded entrepreneurs, please look us up at inspiringrarebirds.com. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much, Cheryl. So today I'm joining from the land of dark engine. And tonight I'm going to represent the NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Center. So probably most of you haven't heard of it, but NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Center is a non-for-profit organization. And our vision is to help every entrepreneur around the world to realize their maximum potential. And how we are doing this is by offering them world-class resources and mentoring. And since the center established in 2014, we have served over 50,000 entrepreneurs, not by 50,000, and helped to solve 10,600 business challenges. And during this time, we also helped to create 6,000 jobs globally. So with the center, one of our main offerings is a tailored mentoring program, and it's called Milestone Makers. So the Milestone Makers, we offer it 3 times a year. So we assist a small collection of selected founders to achieve their next milestones. So this program is completely free and no equity will be taken. So the founders need to be at least at a stage of ready to have customers. So, if you're, at a very early stage and thinking how to launch your idea, our folks at Founder Institute will be a perfect start. But after that, you can come to us and we'll be very happy to help you. Okay, so our current program application just finished, but the next one will start in about 3 months' time. And we will be helping founders who are working towards a set of selected UN SDG goals. So if you are a founder, please subscribe to our newsletter so you can keep updated with the next program openings and some interesting events. And there are also some free resources on our website, so please go there and check out. If you're an early stage founder, there's a lot of material for you there to help you grow. And lastly, we are also looking for great mentors and partners in the Australia, New Zealand region. So please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn if you're interested. So thank you very much, everyone. And back to you, Cheryl. Thank you.
Thank you, Phoebe. And we have another last of this section, which is the amazing Tom from Start Some Good.
G'day everyone. Thank you, Founders Institute team, for organising this. I love this event and it's so great to hear what everyone's up to. My name's Tom Dawkins and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Start Some Good. And I'm joining you from Camaragal country in northern Sydney, on the North Shore of Sydney. So at Start Some Good, we launched in 2011 with a mission to accelerate the pace of entrepreneurship for good. And we do this by supporting founders and emerging social entrepreneurs with coaching, training, and fundraising tools, as well as by partnering with companies, foundations, city governments, and even the UN to design and deliver capacity building programs that support emerging change makers and emerging social entrepreneurs in a variety of specific industries or geographies. We always have a bunch of things going on, so I'll quickly run you through them. Some of the programs we're running this year include an Indigenous Founders Program we're currently delivering in partnership with First Innovators. We just launched today the call for applications for Paramatch, which is a capacity building and funding program for community benefit projects based in the city of Parramatta, and which includes, the invitation is there for for-profit social enterprises to participate in that, and that's delivered in partnership with the council. The Ethical Enterprise Startup Program is a year-long program to support the launch of new social enterprises delivered in partnership with Moral Fairground, the host of the Ethical Enterprise Conference and Awards. The enrollment deadline for that was actually yesterday, but if anyone really resonates with that and is super keen, get in touch and I'd totally love to still get you on board. The next edition of our Good Hustle Social Enterprise Design Program starts in March, and the next Shift Female Founders Program starts in May. We're also helping to deliver the Heaps Good Hustle Accelerator for circular economy startups in South Australia, and are developing a program to support refugee founders with Host International at the moment. Finally, I just wanted to mention that we've also just launched a new blockchain-based crowd lending platform for growth-ready impact enterprises called Lend for Good. We've closed already the first 2 funding deals on the platform, and we're currently looking for more borrowers, lenders, and intermediaries to help grow that. And so you can find out more about that at lendforgood.com.au. Thanks so much for having me.
Awesome. And congratulations on the launch, Tom.
Thank you.
And that concludes, now we are officially concluding our Accelerator section, and we're going to move on to our Investors section. We are going to start with Suze from the Angel Association of New Zealand.
Hey everyone, and like everyone else, thank you so much, Founder Institute, for organising this. It's terrific. I have a little ecosystem envy going on, so much great stuff going on in Australia. I represent obviously the Angel Association, which is the industry representative body for early stage venture investment in New Zealand. We have about 53 members, 28 of those are angel networks, early stage venture funds. The other members, I often say that in the same way it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a whole country to raise a startup. So our other members are professional service providers, universities, tech transfer offices, lawyers. We've even just recently brought on a member who's working in the insurance industry, because great startups need insurance too. We do all the usual stuff that industry representative bodies do in terms of lobbying and representing for the industry. We do a lot of networking stuff, and we do a lot of professional development stuff. Also, just by way of context, I helped to co-found Angel HQ, which is the angel network based here in Wellington, an angel investor myself. helped a company last year raise a pre-seed round of 1.3 million, a company called Narrative News, which is looking to bring to parity the amount of content produced by women and books and movies to that which is produced by men. And we do 3 or 4 things for startups. The one that's my most favorite is called Runway, and that's where we get 40 founders and 40 investors together in a room, no pitching, just making friends, making connections. And that's all about helping them to understand each other. I'm a really big believer that we do this together. Another big tenet of our work is well-being. I believe that we should be able to do this without blowing people's lights out. So that's a really important part of what we do. If you want a connection to the New Zealand Nexus system, I'm here for you. Just sing out. Thanks so much, Cheryl.
Awesome. Thank you, Suze. And I am apparently up next in this list of investors. So hello, everyone. I'm going to take off my Founder Institute hat and put on my Aussie Angels hat, which is a platform that facilitates pooling of community capital to invest for angels as one entity on a startup's cap table. So it's good for angels because you get to have smaller checks, and it's great for founders because you only have one entity on a cap table, and you also get a ton of really helpful angels all together. I'm not going to take up too much time, but if you are looking to raise your first angel round, come chat to me. And if there are any angel investors in the audience, I'm looking at you leaders or people who want to get involved in angel investing, then come chat to me as well. So that's me. And I'm going to go on to the much more interesting Mel from Airtree.
You're too modest, Cheryl. Hi, everybody. I'm really happy to be here. My name is Melissa Ran, and I'm the head of community at Airtree Ventures. But you can call me Mel. Everybody does. Airtree Ventures, we're a venture capital fund. So that means, we invest in founders, we invest in startups, and our mission is really to find and back the most ambitious Aussie and Kiwi founders who are, building the next iconic technology companies from our region. We've been very privileged to have worked with some of the biggest and the, most well-known success stories in our region, including Canva and I think Startup Vic mentioned Who Gives a Crap and Linktree. They're also in our portfolio, so a lot of familiar names and a close-knit community. And so particularly, I'm very happy to be here today because we've just had some huge news. So today we announced that we've launched our new fund this year, $700 million to invest in startups in Australia and New Zealand in the next 2 to 3 years. And of that in particular, we are dedicating $200 million just to seed stage or earlier startups. So if you are working on projects today or at the very early stages of startups, definitely reach out. We like to get to know each other early, right? It's always good to reach out early so we can take the time to build a relationship. And then also we have launched a $50 million Web3 specific fund as well. So if you're in that space, definitely we've already made quite a few exciting investments, and we're always looking for more. So yes, reach out, and I'll post my contact details and Airtree's details in the chat as well. Do I still have time?
Thank you. Honestly, I stopped timing because I kept looping it, but you're good to go. Don't worry. I can tell I have a mental clock. It's good. Excellent. Well, and congratulations, Mel. Really exciting news. Okay, let's pop over to Brady from First Believers and StartMate.
Hello, everyone. This is the worst t-shirt tan you're going to see today. Look at that. Look at that. That is horrible. But now that I have your attention, Kaya Wanju. Hello and welcome. As the locals have been saying around these parts for thousands of years, and I pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging of the Whadjuk Noongar people. That's right, I'm based in WA. I am from StartMate. We're across Australia and New Zealand. And if you're an inspiring startup investor, this one is for you. So StartMate is the epicenter for startup ambition across ANZ, and we accelerate the most ambitious founders, operators, and investors through our many, many programs. There is a lot of programs that we have these days. StartMate is the most active early stage investor across Australia. And in the past decade, we've invested in over 200 startups with a collective portfolio value of more than $2 billion. Every day, we help founders to realize their bold ambitions, and we want to open this world to you. So we want to make investing more inclusive and accessible, and that's why we've created the First Believers program. And we're thrilled to announce that our next cohort kicks off in March and applications close next week. So a bit about the program. First Believers is a curated community, the 14-week immersive onboarding program. You'll build lasting relationships from day one and learn the craft of investing by actually investing. We'll take you from zero to investing through our Small Bets Fund, exposing you to approaches from world-class investors along the way. So in the last 4 months, what did the last cohort get up to? They connected with over 1,000 early stage Australian New Zealand founders. They invested in over 50 investments themselves personally, including 10 people for the first time ever, which is really exciting. They invested 4 investments through the Small Bets Fund, including being the first investor into a number of unrepresented founders, including women, First Nations and migrant founders. And many of them actually left their jobs to become investors, joining Blackbird, Flash Ventures, GD1, or angel investing full-time. So we're building something really special here. If you're an inspiring angel investor, please apply by next week or check out, there's many programs that we run for all founders and including people that want to work at startups. StartMate is the place for you. I'll post some more in the chat. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Brady. And last, hopefully on my list that I'm not getting wrong here, last on my list for the investors section, we have Sir Kath from Melbourne Angels.
Thank you. Just making sure that I'm audible.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm representing Melbourne Angels tonight. So I've been part of the Melbourne Angels for 3 years, and the Angels have been running since 2007. So yeah, so one of the oldest ones in Australia. So essentially tonight I would like to pitch for both founders and also prospective angel investors. So essentially over the years, we have invested more than 75 companies and over 120 rounds. So our website is pretty informative for both. And then please check out the FAQ there. But more importantly, we do run several training workshops for both founders and also again, investors as well, which have been proven very popular in the last few years. So again, check out the events page on the website. So typically angels catch up once a month. And if there are more deals to be processed, we do make multiple rounds during the month itself. I'm part of the screening team, so feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about the process, anything to do with how much do we raise, what are the industries that we invest in. But more importantly, the key point here is we are a group of more than 100 angel investors coming from varied backgrounds. So that is what we bring to the table, the expertise in almost every industry. And it's so-called free mentorship for all the founders who are invested through the Melbourne Angels. So yeah, hope I'm not boring for you guys. So essentially, there's exciting lunches that are getting organized by the Melbourne Angels as well. So it is just a meet and greet. So come and check out the website.
Thank you to everyone who has pitched here tonight. You all did an amazing job. I love getting the updates because I get to understand, oh yeah, you guys are doing this and this. And you know, there's always little updates on what each of you are working on. So founders, I hope you learned a lot tonight. Even though I know most of the people here, I learned stuff. And we are going to wrap it up.